Hey everyone, welcome back to Route 66 Restoration. Glad that you could join me today. I'm working in the shop, working on my air compressor that I got. Now, my air compressor had a electric motor on it, and it was 220 volt. Okay, and 220 volt motor, I don't have 220 in my shop. And when I bought the air compressor, the reason I got it cheap is because the motor was supposedly bad. Now, I didn't do any testing because I didn't plan on actually using it. I needed to get a 115 volt. This particular motor is comparable in size, and it is it's what they call 240 or 115, so it'll run on 115. And then one of the things with air compressor motors is generally they have two capacitors. And I've done a little bit of work with capacitors. You got to watch. Capacitors can give you a jolt. So messing with them, if you haven't worked with electricity before, you do anything at your own risk. I would not recommend it. But it's a cheap repair. But these capacitors go bad. So sometimes the capacitors will just get bad, or the wire, even too with the vibration of a pump being next to the compressor, things vibrate. And I noticed that when I took this apart in the pressure switch, that one of the wire leads had shaken off inside the pressure switch at some point, and was arcing out against the thing. So you have to be aware that vibration and electrical slip-on fittings like this can be a problem. And so it's something that you need to be fully aware of, and something that you can take a bit of just looking at things when you get them to see if they actually are bad. Now, one of the other things that I wanted to talk to you guys about is when you're working on things, okay? And I watched a lot of videos, and you got steel hammers. This is a ball peen hammer, right? Okay, and I see a lot of guys, they'll just grab a ball peen hammer and they'll start wailing on pulleys with the hammer and hammering it in tight here, trying to get it off, trying to get the job done. Now, you work with what you have, okay? But there is other tools that you can use. A rawhide hammer, okay? So I actually need to put this particular pulley on a little bit farther, but I don't need to use that ball peen. I can use this rawhide hammer, and it will go just fine. It'll work real good. Generally, if I'm taking something off, I will use a brass drift. Okay, the brass drift will give you enough. This is pretty tight. When I took it off the other motor, this is what I used. And I just put it down here on the back of the hub, and I tapped it outward, and it come right off. Okay, it wasn't difficult. The camera screwed up. I was trying to show you guys that. But anyhow, the brass mushrooms and takes the force of the blow. It also mushrooms, and it doesn't mar your steel. Okay, I've seen, you watch some of these guys in Pakistan that are building things, and man, the first thing they do is they get a big old hammer and they're wailing on a machined shaft or whatever, and then they end up with a mushroomed end like that. It takes work to redo things, and if you're going to do it, if it's worth doing, do it right. And I worked in a machine shop for many years. And we have parts on the machines that we would have to take on and off that are machine tight tolerance. If I grabbed a ball peen hammer and started hitting on those, or trying to set die pieces with anything other than, actually there's lead hammers. And for die shoes and die pieces, you use lead hammers because they give you the force of being able to hit things, but it absorbs it, and the brass, the rawhide, or the lead will take that shock and not destroy your finished shaft and give you a mushroom. If you hit this with a ball peen hammer, then trying to slide that pulley on there that's a precision fit, a couple thousandths of a burr will hold tons and tons of pressure. It's actually amazing. And so you have to sometimes think ahead. And this is one of the things it's really, to watch those videos for me is painful. It's kind of like, you know, this is turning into a rant, but it's like a pet peeve, you know. Don't hammer on machine surfaces, you know. If you're taking main caps off a block, you know, they're machine things. You know, use a little care. Use a dead blow, or use a soft face hammer, or use a brass hammer. You know, don't get out the you know, big hammer and pound on things. And you know, there's names for those. I don't, you know, that's it. You just don't do those things, and it's something that it takes a little thought to not to do that, but it's something that's going to cause you, in the end, can cause you a bunch of problems. So I wanted to share that. Now this particular motor, I had to move this pulley in, and it has the old square bolt here. Okay, and so, but I'm going to spin this around and see if I got these things in line now. I might have to adjust that pulley further, but we'll see. So, but as I bring this around, the motors have, a lot of times they have multiple slots in them, and so you have to see what you got as far as things in lining up. And so, but I should try to get that bolt in there, and then this other bolt should slide in here relatively easy. Okay. All right. Got that. And then we put one in here in front. See how I got the belts are supposed to be lined up. Doesn't look too bad. Let's see if we got. So actually, it's not far enough forward now to get the belt. The belt's too short. So I'm going to tinker with this a bit more. Just glad everyone could have joined me in the shop here today for this a little bit. I've been having some problems with my other phone doing videos, so I grabbed this one. So anyways, guys, take it easy. Keep the rubber side down. Thanks for watching. I hope you get something out of this, and it's not just a rant. So talk to you later.